Good evening or good morning to everyone. Welcome to Satsang with Mohanji. My name is Susan Ponce de Leon and I'm a volunteer for Mohanji, Peru. First of all, I would like to thank Mohanji for giving us another amazing opportunity to be in his presence. Please, during Satsang, stay muted. Raise your hand if you would like to ask a question or write your short question in the chat box. For those who are watching us on YouTube and who want to listen to Satsang in Spanish, please join the Zoom link, which is below in the description of this YouTube video. Para las personas que nos están viendo por YouTube y desean escuchar el Satsang en español, por favor usen el enlace de Zoom que está en la descripción de este video. Bueno, y las personas que están en el Zoom ahora y desean escuchar el Satsang en español, pueden presionar la opción traducción, opción en español. Well, so who is Mohanji? Mohanji is a lover of humanity, and he believes humanity to be the best religion for humans. He has dedicated his life towards serving the world. He's the founder of Unirse, ACT Foundation, Mohanji Foundation, Himalayan School of Traditional Yoga, Dance, Language Martial Arts, and World Consciousness Alliances. His love extends to all the beings on earth, and he walks the path of ahimsa, non-violence, in thought, word, and action. A non-conformist by nature, Mohanji avoids putting himself into frames and sees himself as a friend of the world, be it aiding the poor and helpless, empowering those in emotional or mental torment, guiding those seeking personal and spiritual development, caring for birds and animals, or caring for the environment at large. He emphasized purity, faith, and conditional love and selfless service towards fellow beings of all species as the foundation and pillars of a balanced human existence. Mohanji considers the prayer of gratitude as the highest prayer that increases inner richness and attracts both grace and abundance. As well, in this opportunity, I would like to invite you to join us in our next interactive online workshop with Mohanji called Empowered 3, Creating Masters, where you will be able to experience the ultimate mastery of the mind. It is starting on the 26th of February for 9 consecutive days. The Empowered series of workshops are personally designed and delivered by Mohanji to allow people to realize and reach their true potential. You can find more information on the links that are posted on the chat box, or you can go to Mohanji official website, www.mohanji.org. And now, well, let's wait for Mohanji. Thank you. Soon he's gonna be here.
Hello. Hola.
Hello, Mohanji, welcome.
Thank you, thank you. Good to be here.
Hi, Mohanji.
Good to be here. How are you doing?
Fine, we are fine, waiting for you.
Wonderful, wonderful. This program will be questions and answers, right?
Mm-hmm.
So,
would you like?
Yeah, so I would like to start with the questions so I'll add more as we proceed.
Okay, thank you, Mohanji. Here we have some questions that we have received last days.
Yes.
And the first question is, what does it mean to have a guru?
Same reason as we need a teacher in a school or a GPS while we are driving, or the navigation that we are using when we are driving a car, or the navigation panel or the navigator that a ship uses to reach its destination. we usually have only partial view of our life. We do not know why certain things happen. And most times, or many times in our life, we waste it by searching for the reason for an incident in our life. There are numerous incidents in our life, and many times we are searching for the reason. And a reason has to be there for everything in our life. There is a reason for taking birth. There is a reason, specific reason to be born in a particular place, in a particular time, to a particular set of parents. There is a particular reason for every incidence of life, every meeting, every parting, every experience. There are reasons. And each of these reasons have its past, have its present, that means the experience, and also its future. Everything, even we have a past, we have a present, and we have a future. So these reasons are the reasons that we ask or we seek are always there. That's always there. But we waste a lot of time asking why. So when there is somebody who has gone through it or who can see more around you, with you, it helps. So it's not necessarily, you don't have to call something necessarily a guru. It's somebody who guides you, somebody who gives you that larger picture. That larger picture will definitely help. It will give you more awareness, more stability, or at least in case if somebody is walking with you, holding your hand, you will be more confident that you will not fall. You will also be confident that you will not deviate from the original path. So this is very important to understand. We should understand that life is not just a unit-based existence. It's a collaboration. Many people are participating in our life. We know this already. I don't need to tell you. But there are a lot of people participating in our life. We are all coming together in a particular place or a space for our own experience. So life is a collaborative movement in which there are parents, there are brothers and sisters, and there are so many different types of people coming to give you different types of experience. The only income from life are our experiences. There's no other income. We think that money is the income. In life, time is the income. Time is the money, not the physical money. What is money of life? Time. Very precious, very, very precious. We do not have even one breath more than what we originally chose. It's almost like taking a rent-a-car. You chose the rent-a-car for a particular time, and then after the time is over, you got to return it back. Likewise, we have chosen a particular time of existence, that is this time. That's why we are here. And we have an expiry date. And that is pretty much static. You cannot take it further. So everything in life, if you look, it's a collaboration. We're working together with numerous people for our set of experiences. Experience is different for individuals. Imagine there is a buffet on the table. First of all, each person will take the food which he likes or chooses or what he desires to eat. It will not be the same. It may not be the same. Secondly, the capacity or how much you take is also depending on individuals. Some people may take more food, some people take less food. Then thirdly, the experience of the food also depends on the current situation of those persons. the situation of that person. As if he is very hungry, he may enjoy more food. If he is not at all hungry, he may not enjoy that food. So every situation, take all situations, everything is 100% individualistic, but totally in a collaborated level with various situations, various time, various space, various people, various situations. So life is like that, in which if there are people amongst us who have walked this path before, or who have recognized certain realities, and if they guide, it helps. So you don't have to really consider or think like a guru and disciple, not in a strict terms. It's more like a guide, a helping hand, a support for our journey. Clear?
Yes, Mohanji. Okay.
Thank you.
Next question. Okay. Is how to clean or undo our patterns.
First of all, we need to recognize the pattern. How do we clear a disease? How do we overcome a disease, a illness, sickness? What does the doctor do in the beginning? Diagnosis. Understand what exactly is the problem, or what exactly is the situation. The doctor need to know what exactly is the problem with the body and the situation. Or if it is mind related, what exactly is happening in the mind and why it is happening, what is the cause. So first of all, understand we are a bundle of patterns. There are no people on earth. There are only expressions of patterns through bodies called people. We are all bundle of patterns. Life after life after life, we came back in different bodies to experience almost similar patterns. Almost. I will never say 100% because time changes, space changes, birth changes, and desires also can change. But mostly inclinations and tendencies are connected to patterns. So first and foremost is to recognize those patterns. Some things are happening repeatedly in our life. Look at it. But then again, what happens with patterns? Most of the time, we do not accept patterns. We got to accept patterns. This is existing. I have these patterns. And if you do not accept patterns, what you will do is resist patterns. When you resist patterns, what happens? They become stronger. It's like you go to the gym and you work out, you push certain things, you pull certain things, you pedaling the bicycle, all this. This is to strengthen your muscles. Similarly, when you resist something, this is in the gym, it's all resistance practices, right? When we pull something or push something, we are fighting against resistance to develop our body. Similarly, when we resist patterns, patterns become stronger. Acceptance and surrender are very much needed. First is diagnosis. Understand there are patterns. We are all bundle of patterns. Nobody is better. I am the same as you. And all of us are bundle of patterns. And we are actually experiencing the play of patterns all our life. Nobody is immune to it. We are only experiencing the play of patterns all our life. We are not able to come out of it. And that's why we keep coming back. The more we resist, the more stronger the patterns become. And patterns are not just one thing. That's a combination of many things. Some of them appear as our vasanas, inclinations. Some of them appear as desires. Some of them appear as our character, our constitution, even the body shape, the shape of the body. Some of them come as where we are born, in which circumstance we are born, what the circumstances are throughout our life, all the time we live. All these are coming out of patterns. So we need to know that patterns are not just one thing. It's a mixture of so many things. Fears are connected to patterns. Love is connected to patterns. Ability to love is connected to patterns. Many people do not have ability to love. Even if somebody loves, or even if you receive love, many people do not know how to handle love. Many people reject love because the pattern is such that they don't have the capacity. Not that individuals do not have a capacity. All of us have same capacity. But patterns control those capacities. Patterns control everything. So we sometimes do not understand that we have tremendous capacities which can make us connect to supreme consciousness. Human birth is an amazing birth. This is the only birth which helps a species like us to connect to supreme consciousness. We can experience supreme consciousness. This is the beauty of this birth. Not eat, drink, sleep, experience things from world. That's part of it. That's also part of our reason for birth. But connecting to the highest potential in one lifetime, that's our real purpose, the real cause. This is eclipsed by patterns. The highest potential of human birth is to be one with God, one with supreme consciousness, one with the supreme energy that sustains the universe, continuously sustains the universe. Everything that's born has an expiry date. Everything that's born has to die. So what is unborn and what will never be dead? If you are not born, how will it die? That consciousness is available to be experienced. That consciousness is available to be experienced. This is the God consciousness, Christ consciousness. This is exactly what we're talking about. We have that potential. Human beings have that capacity. We have that potential, and this potential is completely eclipsed or hidden because of our patterns, our likes and dislikes, our fears, our prejudices. So many factors of our life are all rooted in patterns. So how do you overcome patterns? First of all, understanding that there are patterns. Secondly, accepting there are patterns. Thirdly, witnessing the patterns, but not interfering. If you are not affected by patterns, you will come out of it. If you are always affected by patterns, you will resist it and you will maintain it. So it's important not to be affected by patterns through acceptance. Fundamentally, accept yourself, accept your life, accept all situations of your life, because all situations have provided only one thing for you: experiences. And what's your bank balance of life? Memories. So you have the choice to have great memories from every experience. Some of the experiences might be traumatic, some are very pleasant. Both are experiences. Don't discriminate them. Everything that has come to you have strengthened you, given you understanding, given you certain stability, and also will go. Whatever has come will go. Nothing stays forever. Even this shall pass. So you understand this very clearly, so that you can always watch and witness the pattern and have nothing to do with it. They come, they stay, and they go. Past, present, future. This is exactly how the time works in a terrestrial life. It is on a linear level. It's a flow. Yesterday, today, tomorrow. Like that it goes. But experience is connected only to present. We cannot experience in the past because that time we had another experience, it's finished. We cannot experience in the future as yet because tomorrow has not happened today. It will come tomorrow. So experience is strictly connected to the present time. And while you are experiencing, if your mind is not there, you will not experience. Presence of mind is very important. And mind is giving you that particular flavor for your experience. And it is individualistic. Each person experiences each situations differently because it's based on your mind, your moods, and your situations. This is exactly how it is. So patterns can be dissolved provided you have accepted them and you recognize them, first of all, that is diagnosis. Then you accepted them and then you allowed them to come and allowed them to go. While you have always watched all your life from a witness mode, like as if you're watching a feature film on the screen. You are not acting, you're not participating, but you are experiencing. Why do we go to movie theaters? To experience feature films, knowing fully well that it is not affecting you because you're not a participant. You're not a participant, you are a witness. Similarly, if you are able to witness your life, it will give you similar effect. Life will come, experiences will come, experiences will go, and you will always remain stable. And people come to your life to give you experiences. Situations come to your life to give you experiences. Everything comes to you, or you meet everything for the sake of experiences. That's it. That's it. If you reject it, you lose it. Experiences will happen, but if you reject the experiences, you will lose it. This is important to understand. So do not resist, accept, and keep moving forward. Right? Next question.
Okay, Mohanji. Next question is, what attitude should I have when someone does not accept? Means accepting.
I didn't get the question. Please, can you repeat, please?
What attitude should I have when someone does not accept me? I believe no. When someone does not accept me or are not.
What attitude? What attitude
should I have when somebody does not accept what I'm saying, or when somebody does not accept as I am? No, maybe it's like that.
Yeah, our only choice in life is self-acceptance. Our only choice in life is self-acceptance. That means we can never guarantee that the whole world will accept us. We cannot even expect so. How can the whole world accept us? Because every aspect of the world are different in frequencies. Everything about life are of different frequencies. Each individual is of different frequency. So imagine your television in your house. How many pictures or what picture comes to the screen depends on whether the frequency of the transmission matches your television. Correct? So there is no guarantee that my frequency will match everybody's frequency, nor any guarantee that everybody's frequency can be recognized or accepted by us. So many people will like you, so many people may not like you. Both are okay. This is how the world is. You know, everybody may not like us and everybody may not dislike us. So what do we need? This understanding is needed. Do we like ourselves? This you can change. If you do not like yourself, if you are criticizing yourself, if you're judging yourself, if you're comparing yourself with other people, if you're competing with other people, if you're imitating other people, these things we can change. There is nothing to compete. There is nothing to compare, because no two people are same. All are different. There's nothing to compare, nothing to compete, nothing to imitate, because we are unique. All you have to do is to express your uniqueness into this world. And some people will accept it. Some people will love it. Some people will hate it. But what can we do? We can only project our frequency to this world. This is what we are doing. We are only expressing what we are into this world, not what the world needs. If what we are is what the world needs, then we call it a successful life. If what we are, the world does not need, we call it a failure. But again, success and failure are relative terms. If you have watched the history, many people who have been called a failure in their lifetime were honored and revered and also become great examples or inspiration after their death. So that means sometimes what we are may not be suitable to the current contemporary generation, but they might be suitable for the future generations. If you look at every masters of the world, not even spiritual, anybody who has set trends like Leonardo da Vinci or any of those past scientists and creators and philosophers, many of them were not accepted while they were alive, but they were accepted and respected after their death. Even now we do. That means their name transcended centuries. So that means all they did was remain authentic. What is your authentic self? What you exactly are. You should dare to express that. Don't ever worry whether the society accepts you while you are alive, because your authenticity may transcend time. You may go beyond time. Your authenticity always transcends time. Authenticity. This is exactly why I always say, be you. Be totally you. It's worth it. The moment you start imitating other people, the moment you start comparing, competing, we will have sorrows and we compromise our authenticity. When you compromise your authenticity, you become another brick on the wall. You become insignificant, invisible, and there are millions of people in the world. Nobody knows them. There are 8 billion people out there. How many people you recognize in the world? How many people you consider as significant in your life? This is the question we must ask. So we should dare to be authentic. That simply means be what you are 100%. Be what you are 100%, and that's it. That's all you need to do in life. Don't worry about the experiences of life. Don't worry about what contribution you're going to give to the world. Be authentic. That's your biggest contribution. Authenticity is your highest contribution in this life. Authenticity. Mind creates flavors. Mind creates effects. Mind creates so many things in people's lives. Some people may like you. Some people may dislike you. Some people accept you. Some people reject you. This is part of life. But we should remain authentic. We should have belief in ourselves, self-belief. We should have self-acceptance, self-respect, self-love. It doesn't mean selfishness. Self-love is not selfishness. Self-love is connected to self-respect. We understand and recognize we are unique beings. We are authentic, and we respect our authenticity. That will help us to become complete humans. While living, we can be complete beings. We can all be authentically complete. And that's your contribution to this world. We are indeed important. We are significant today, because tomorrow I may not be in my body. How can I communicate with you without the body? Today I'm talking. My relevance is that I'm talking today. Tomorrow, I don't know, somebody else may talk. This is the way life is. There has been many masters in the past. There will be many masters in the future. Today I'm talking, and that's my authenticity. That's my relevance. This is what I'm supposed to do. This is what everybody, all of us should do. And when we do not speak out at the given point in time, we will have regrets. And when you do not act in the given space and the given time, you will have guilt. So it's not important to know the reasons, to know, to analyze, etc. But given time, given space, be authentic. That's the only thing you need to do. I repeat, in a given time, in a given space, all you have to do is to be you. This is very important to understand. And please understand, this time is a time of chaos. We see what we see in the world with the pandemic, with in various situations. What we are seeing, experiencing, are things which create fear. The time is creating fear in people. This time, the sign of this time is fear. So what is important? To be fearless is very important. And how can you be fearless? By accepting yourself. Accepting life, you can be fearless. By resisting, rejecting life, you cannot be fearless. So we have to remain fearless in a turbulent time. As if the sea is rough, the captain steers the ship himself. Means take responsibility. You got to take responsibility of yourself and your dependents authentically, in authenticity, complete authenticity. So time is like this. Space we have, we are alive today, we are talking, we are expressing. Also remember, imagine you have 80 years of existence, 90 years of existence, or 100 years of existence on earth. Imagine you are going to live 100 years. First 25 years are not so effective, because you're trying to figure out what you are in this world. You're trying to figure out a life for you. Means you're trying to prepare yourself for living further life. So first 25 years you can leave it. Then the next 50 years is more effective, because you have your health, you have your vitality, you have your movements, you have your awareness, knowledge, etc. And then experiences help you. So next 50 years, we can consider in a larger or lesser level, more effective life. The last 25%, last 25 years in 100 years is pretty much useless, because our body is weak. We need help, assistance from the world. We do not have grip on life. So even if you live 100 years, I would call only about 50 years as effective years. These 50 years, even it is less many times, the middle part. So let's say 50% of our time can be called as effective. So if we miss this 50% in expressing, in being you, your whole life will be filled with regret. Many people are born and they will die doing nothing for themselves or for the world. Many people are born and die 100% selfish, greedy, hungry all the time for their own satisfaction or their own gratification. They have regrets because they have done nothing in life. All they did was take birth, went through education, went through a job, got married, have children, have a house. That's what the society calls success. It is not success. Success is every moment satisfaction. Have you lived your life? have you lived? This is where success comes. People or society considers success in the number of bedrooms you have in your house. The bigger house you have, people say, oh, very successful man, a rich man. But is it richness? It's not. It's actually richness. The size of your house or the money that you have in your bank only tells that you've been busy accumulating many things. But most of the times, you have bedrooms, but you have no sleep. Is it successful? I would say having a peaceful existence, having contentment is success. Every moment contentment. And that's completely connected to you, not connected to anything outside of you. It's not about your money. It's not about your position. It's not about your relation. It's about you. Contentment is an attitude. For having contentment, you got to be in your present time. Enjoy the life as it evolves. Enjoy, experience the life as it happens. And it has nothing to do with people, nothing to do with places, nothing to do with possessions or positions. It's to do with you. It's an attitude. If you decide to experience life as it evolves, every moment, you will be happy. This is more important. Happiness is more important. And if you cultivate this attitude of happiness, along with the attitude of gratitude, you will have eternal peace. You deserve it. This is your birthright.
Thank you, Mohanji. Next question. You have answered some of the questions that we have already here.
Our time is limited, so I thought it's better to encroach into your questions.
Yeah. Okay. Next question is, how to sow seeds of peace and love in territories of violence?
With your life, with your belief, with your faith, with your belief. As I said, you will not get a conducive environment for expressing yourself. You have to create it. Life does not come tailor-made. We all had our struggles in life. What we see as success by the world has a lot of hard work behind it. You know, people do not understand how much work we do, or people who are successful, all the people. I'm not talking about spiritual people, of material success, material wealth, positions, and the presence people have created in the world. There is a lot of hard work behind it. People may not see it. People may even ridicule it. Oh, this guy is a rich man, but they have all worked hard for it. So life does not come tailor-made. Life does not come as you like. You got to make it as per your constitution, or what you are. You have to make it as per what you are. So in the world today, this is the time of Kali Yuga. It's an era of Kali. Kali is not Kali. Kali is a goddess. Kali is a time. In this time, corruption, the non-righteousness, this is all very, very common. The corruption, nepotism, anger, hatred, jealousy, revenge, emotions. This is the way this life is. And people think that's absolutely okay. It's not okay. Love is okay, because love always expands you. Anger, hatred, jealousy, revenge contracts you. It makes you smaller. It makes you suffer. Guilt and regrets are heavy stuff. They make you suffer. So there are so many factors of life which makes you lesser and makes you feel suffocated and makes you suffer, are not our highest expressions. Our highest expressions are kindness, compassion, non-violence. And these kind of expressions always expands you, makes you stronger. This is the way we should address the calamities around us. We got to express kindness. We got to express compassion. We have to express righteousness. Righteousness simply means justified activities. One of the major ingredients of righteousness is non-violence. No violence in thoughts, no violence in expressions, no violence in actions. But you have also the right to be not a doormat. Do not be a doormat. Never be a doormat. You should not be a victim of circumstances. Victimhood is something which you are allowing yourself to be in. You can avoid it. If somebody disrespects you, somebody does not listen to you, if the society is not listening to you, you can step outside and still be you. When you step outside, it is not deviating from your belief, deviating from the path, deviating from righteousness. You should never deviate from the righteousness, never deviate from kindness or compassion, never deviate from selflessness. Be authentically all these, so that you are a great human being living a great life, and that's the greatest message you can give to the world. Your life is your greatest message, not your words, not your expressions. When you live compassion, when you live kindness, when you live selflessness, that comes into the society as your authentic expressions, and that's what is going to change the world. So all the people who have really worked hard on themselves to be stable and compassionate all the time, despite the society's, despite how the society treated them, they are all called legends today. Example, Jesus. Jesus was considered as a rebel during his time. Jesus was taken as a rebel. Why? Because he spoke truth. And the established priests, the clergy of that time, did not like it. The son of a carpenter is coming and teaching philosophy to established priests. Which priest will like it? Nobody liked it. So priests were against him, and the rulers of that time, the Romans, they did not want any calamity at all, because all they wanted was to stay in power. The priests told the Romans, the rulers, that there is a man rising and he's attracting crowd. People are coming to him. People are recognizing him. People love to be with him. He could be the king tomorrow. If he gains popularity, if he attracts people, he could be the king. So what will the rulers think? No, we don't want any competition. We don't want any competition. So how do you handle such things? Brand somebody as a rebel. Rebel, which is anti-social. That's exactly what they did. So the clergy, who was only worried about the books, not reality, this is what happens. A person who experiences reality talks a different language than a person who has learned from books. What a person has learned from books is usually theories. That's mostly theories. That's what they consider as truth. But a person who has experienced truth talks a different language because he knows through his experience. So experience is far superior than knowledge from books. So that's why the leaders or the masters try to take the people who love them to the state of experience, not just the state of acquired knowledge. So the society which Jesus lived in, the clergy or the rulers did not accept him. But he stood to the truth, stood with the truth. What truth? What he experienced. And you cannot deny the truth. Because if you experience the truth, you have to stay with it. Otherwise, you are betraying yourself. When you experience something, stay with those experiences. That's the fundamental thing you can do, or that's the most important thing you should do. Because never betray your own experience. That's your only reality. That's your reality. So what happened? Jesus stood with his reality, his experience. He said, through me, you can reach my Father. he has recognized the Supreme Consciousness, the Father. He experienced Supreme Consciousness, the Father. So he said, I have experienced my Father. You can also experience the Father because we are children of the same Father. We are all units, unit souls, which belongs to Supreme Consciousness. So who is our Father? The Supreme Consciousness. Realize that now. To realize that, you need to accept yourself, connect with yourself, and through connection with yourself, you will connect to the whole universe. So these simple truths were not acceptable to the clergy, the priests of that time, because they did not experience it. Simple. Why they rejected it? Because there was nobody who experienced it. Prophet John recognized Jesus because he experienced it. So if I say the taste of honey in words, if I try to explain to you the taste of honey in words, even if I use 1,000 words, I still would not have explained the taste of honey. How can I? But if I give you a spoon of honey and you tasted it, you don't need words. So many of the things in life you cannot explain or express in words. This was the difference between the priest and the realized. So there has always been realized people who have experienced it and they articulated it with their own life. But that society may not accept them. That society may not understand them because once you experience truth, your whole system changes, your method changes, your operating level changes, your law changes. Because your law becomes dharma. Dharma is your law. It's not the social laws. I don't mean that your law changes and you go around and kill people. That's all aberration. That's not the way it is. We love people. When you are oriented and occupied by dharma, all you can do is to love. There's no other way. You can't hate because you see dharma at play. You see the consciousness everywhere, in everything, every being. You are one with all beings. That's why when somebody asks Sai Baba, what do you see when you come out? When you see thousands of people? He said, I see myself in thousands of people. That's the only thing you can see because you are everywhere. You are everything. So this is what happens. So please don't think that the society will accept you while you are living. I asked this, somebody asked me this question and I answered this way. But the question was, do you believe in second coming of Jesus? I said, I do believe in the second coming of Jesus, but how will you want him? How will you have him? If Jesus comes as how he was 2000 years ago, will you accept him? In the same costume, in the same way he appears, people will think, hey, come on, he looks like an actor. You know, Charlie Chaplin in disguise participated in a competition of imitations of Charlie Chaplin. You know, he participated in a competition where it was Charlie Chaplin. You got to perform as Charlie Chaplin, dress up like Charlie Chaplin. That was the competition. So Charlie Chaplin decided to participate without telling that he's Charlie Chaplin. And you know, he got third prize. First and second prize he didn't get. The original did not get the first and second prize. He got the third prize. So this is exactly how the world works. If Jesus comes now in his original form, how he was before, people will not accept him. People will crucify him again, saying that he's an imitation. He's not true. He's not real. Now, if Jesus comes in the current format, like a businessman or an engineer or an IT professional or a doctor, again, people will not accept him because they say, oh, he's imitating Jesus. So Jesus cannot come because we don't accept him. In other words, Jesus has not gone. Krishna has not gone. Buddha has not gone. Nobody has gone. But they cannot reappear in any format because every time, every master has the same problem. Contemporary people never accept. After their death, they are respected, accepted. Their pictures will be on the walls. This is the truth. While living, non-acceptance. After death, tremendous acceptance, because the person is not talking anymore. His words can be interpreted as we like. This is exactly how it is. So we need to understand that we have to remain authentic. Whatever the society says, whether the society accepts or rejects, and deliver to the society. That's our job. And through our life, through our message, through our conviction, through our acceptance, belief, we can change the world. And it's not our job to change the world. It's the job of the world to change. And what we are telling to the world is be love, be kindness, be compassionate. And that's the highest of expressions that we have. This is exactly how we should always remain. We should always be love. We should always be compassionate and never ever compromise. Clear?
Yes, Mohanji. Okay, I have one more question over here. Sorry. This one. How to concentrate during meditations and keep my mind in check?
First is concentration. We need to learn to concentrate on something, and we should stabilize our concentration over one thing, such as the principle that's running your body. The principle that runs, the energy that runs your body, we can call it soul, we can call it God particle, we can call it anything you like. But concentrate on that thing which is silent, which is not at all interfering in your life, but it's helping your life. Just remember that, concentrate on that, and spend more time with that silent thing, very, very silent inside you. This is the energy which runs your body. This is the energy which has made your mind alive. This is the energy which is working through organs. So just concentrate on that energy, or remember that energy all the time, whenever you can. And if you start remembering it more and more and more, you will start experiencing that stillness, how still it is, how deep and profound, but at the same time non-interfering. Our soul has never interfered in our life. It has never ever put its suggestions to you. But it's like electricity through the wall. It reaches the light bulb becomes bright. It reaches the washing machine, it starts washing clothes. If it reaches the television, it gives pictures. Same electricity. Similarly, the same electricity happening through a human body gives a human experience. It works through a cow's body, gives a cow's experience. So it doesn't matter which body it gets, but it always works as that body, that identity. So if you start recognizing that your identity is enlivened by this simple, small soul or the energy inside, and when the energy leaves the body, after its job is done, it's called a dead body. The body lies dead, because when the body cannot be used, after a while, the soul leaves the body. The soul will stay in the body only as long as it can use the body for experience's sake. The sum total of life are a bundle of experiences. And the bank balance out of life is memory. The currency of life is time. These fundamentals you should always remember. The currency of life, the money of life is time. The reason for life are experiences. The bank balance are its memories out of experiences. This is life. There's nothing else. Good, bad, everything, every other things are all coming out of these three things. So please remember that you are at this point in time alive, and this is your only chance. Experience this more. And especially when you, what do we get attracted to? We get attracted to things which our senses can enjoy, or senses can understand or connect to, and mind can experience. We don't get connected easily to things which are not so visible, not so tangible, such as the spirit inside us, the soul inside. Spirit is the moving part, which is also, you can also call it prana. And the soul is the source part, which you can call soul or Shiva or energy or what do you want to call it? It doesn't matter. The name has no value here. The effect has value. The soul is permanent still, and it's connected to the entire, the supreme soul. That is the soul which sustains the entire universe. We are related to that. But the spirit is individualistic and it moves up and down. There are 5 types of functional prana. We call it prana, apana, vyana, udana, samana. 5 types of functional pranas which sustains our body functions. And then there are structural pranas which caused your birth, and they created your structure. All these things, there are so many things in our system which are very unique, which are very effective, etc. But again, the soul never interferes in them. Soul only enlivens them. Soul is a presence, God is a presence, sun is a presence, air is presence, life exactly is a presence. So when we start recognizing that and concentrating on that, automatically you will slip into meditation. So meditation happens to you when you are always contemplating what you are, how you are, and also recognizing the truth inside you, the truth that you are. You know, when you recognize the truth that you are, you will automatically start concentrating on the truth. Because we live in a relative truth world. We identify ourselves in terms of relative truth, means against somebody or against something. We, in comparison with something, that's how we recognize ourselves. But that's a very limited thing. We cannot compare ourselves with anything. We are unique. And when we recognize what runs our show, what's the most important thing in your body is the soul. When the soul leaves, it's a dead body. So it's very important to know the soul and even think about it and connect to it. You know, that's why Adi Shankara said, Balastaval Krida Sakta. When we were children, we were busy with the games and the plays and the fun. Tarunastaval Taruni Sakta. When we are in youth, we are in a romantic life and we are busy with romances. Vriddhastaval Chinta Sakta. By the time we become older, we are worried. Worries enslave us. Worries control us because our body is weak, mind is weak. When body is weak, it's all connected. And then we feel vulnerable. We feel vulnerable. And that time, you're worried about it. So at Parame Brahmani Kopina Sakta, no point in time have we ever considered the reality inside us, which is the soul. We have never considered. That's the tragedy of life. So when you are always remembering, hey, there is a beautiful energy within us, which is not interfering in our any activity, but it is giving life to our life. Soul is giving life to our life. Just remember that and stay connected. This is the relevance of a master. Why do you need a master? The first question, right? Why do you need a master? Somebody who has recognized this truth is a master. Somebody who has recognized that the life within your life is the truth, or what gives life to life is the truth. That's a master. So that master can only lead you to that reality, that truth. This is very important to know. So when you know very clearly that this is what it is, the life within life, or what enlivens your life is the truth, and you start focusing on it, you're concentrating on it, and that leads to a meditative state where you are fully aware of the energy flow inside you. And that automatically your mind will not be distracted because you are sticking to truth. You're staying with truth. Clear?
I believe that you have answered the rest of the questions that we have because they talk about purpose of life and being conscious. So those are all the questions that I have here. So I don't know if there is any other question in the chat.
Yeah, so before we conclude, I would like to say that please believe in yourself. If you have one belief, it should be believing in yourself. It is not belief in something outside of you. There are numerous aspects of life outside of you. They are all good. They are all giving you experience. But fundamental belief should be in you. Only then you can move forward. Otherwise, if you do not believe in yourself, the journey is slow, because self-belief is the most powerful belief. I always urge people, all the people, believe in yourself. You are beautiful. You are unique. You have value in life. Increase your value through selfless service by sharing what you have with the world. Increase your love. And don't try to hoard money, hoard wealth with you. Share with a lot of people, because nothing on earth, nothing from earth, nothing on earth you can take when you die. You can't take anything from here. What you have been given in abundance by the nature, by your life, have gratitude, respect it, and share it, so that you will always be contented. You will feel grateful, or when you are feeling grateful, you will be contented, and also you'll have greater respect for you. Your self-esteem will be higher. So sharing, learn to share. Let sharing be your attitude. Why we are creating spaces in the world. Why are we creating? This is for the world to stabilize, the people to come there and stabilize, in an environment where they are not disturbed, or disturbances are less. The world has many disturbances, and our mind gets affected with all these disturbances. So I'm creating spaces because disturbances are less. When disturbances are less, you can connect to yourself more. The real connection of life is connection to yourself. I repeat, the real connection of this life is connection with yourself, not with something external. They're all temporary. As an experience, they are great. When you have connection with anything outside, as an experience, they are amazing. They're great experiences. But connection with yourself is your permanent experience. That's your permanent truth. Please remember this. And I love you. I'm always there with you. I love you. And let's walk together. And there is this particular shloka which says, Om Sahanava Vatu, Sahanau Bhunaktu, Sahaviryam Karavavahai, Tejasvinavadhitamastu Vidvishavahai. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Let us walk together. Let us evolve together. Let us not compete with each other. For a great purpose of realizing oneself, let's hold hands and walk together. And let us never fight or never reject each other. Let us always be in love. Let us always love each other, and let us embrace each other as we are, without expectations, without discriminations. Be love, love all. Thank you.